You're live. All right, welcome. We are live. So, we're still working out a little bit of the format for this show. Let's just put it that way. But this will we're really be diving into some of the more, global aspects of and impacts of the capitalist system, but just like stuff that's happening nowadays around the world, trying to break out a little bit outside of just this commentary of everyday politics that are happening inside the US to think a little bit about how cultures around the world are impacted by our actions. And, I kind of want to also just dive into just thinking about different formats too. So I think this is late night, but we're live early in the day. We kind of do it, like the other shows do it, pre-record it, then put it out. So let's test this out. We have a couple exciting things for you today. Don't be too distracted if I look overly excited. Here we go. So I think one of the things I want to try is just diving into stories that and trying to get kind of like a more, I don't know, like visual or like experiential kind of take on some of these things, and I'll give my commentary and things like that. So let's dive into this story that was posted here by on Sidecar New Left Review. This is really about a conflict that's going on kind of in a bigger way around immigration in Europe, but also just around kind of the Orientalism, and also what it means to be part of Europe and the kind of racism that happens there. So this story is about specifically kind of like the woods between Poland and Belarus. So maybe before diving in, I want to show a little bit about this video. This is about that forest. And let's see if this is interesting at all. And I guess this is forest where all this immigration crisis happening right now between these two countries. What's happening
in
is
Eastern Poland, at the far edge of the European community.
Here we go. It's
lies
happening
the
already.
enchanted forest of Białowieża.
Białowieża.
Belarus are home to one of Europe's last primitive forests.
So what's like crazy about this too? Oh, I think I need to change my view. Hold on. Gotta change my view. Okay, and we are flipping over. There we go. We got some pretty crazy stuff to look at here. So what's crazy too is just the kind of ecological destruction that we've seen across Europe, and this place that's now center to this crisis that's happening, and where they want to build a wall right through it. It's one of the last forests in Europe that's like an ancient primeval forest.
Poland possesses 600 square kilometers of forest, of which 105 have been made into a national park.
This was made in 2011.
Parts of this forest are so dense that anyone venturing
British
into them
accent
would be wise
commentator.
to enlist a guide like
I'm sure we
Janusz
can find a
Korbel.
different,
A
you
local
know,
ecologist, Janusz knows
local
virtually
commentary
every
on this too.
centimeter of the park. He keeps watch over thousands of plant species and over 12,000 animal species, including the wolf, lynx, and bison.
All right, we're going to fast forward here.
This is what a forest looks like when it lives. This forest's princes,
All right,
Polish
you
kings.
kind of get the point here. Let me see
The
if we
forest was
can.
given national park status. In the late 1970s, the park was declared a biosphere reserve and designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
We got a viewer in the chat. Wow, incredible.
Over the last decade, Polish environmentalists from all over
Send
the
the message
world
out.
have been working to see the entire forest designated as a national park. Right, they find themselves in, but only a few.
All right, so this is the national forest where this is going down.
But not
A dead tree lying on the ground has created a living environment for lichen, insects, amphibians, and reptiles.
You get the point. So I guess what's happening with the story is there's there's been sanctions against Belarus and Lukashenko more generally, who has really, we'll probably do another story on Lukashenko and what's happening there. But, same old story. There's sanctions, and in retaliation, Poland claims, as is the US, Lukashenko is sending refugees to Poland that are coming through there. So it's not because they need access to, a safe place to be in the world and healthcare and all that good stuff. But of course, he's just sending them there. So in response, Poland has sent 1,800 soldiers to the border, and they're installing a wall. So, we'll also be diving a bit more into what's happening in Poland, which would line up with building a wall. Yeah, that's pretty much the story. Let's just take a look at the region here. So if we zoom out here, you can see it's right here. And supposedly Lithuania is also building a wall to stop this immigration. Saw the pictures already. So basically what's happening here is that refugees are trying to cross into Poland, and Poland is taking a hardline kind of stance, sending people back, specifically into this forest. So this story kind of dives into the role of the forest in this. So yeah, that's pretty much the story. Pretty crazy. All right, signing off. Actually, I'll do my little intro.